much of yada yada over the best part.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Yadda Yadda podcast, the world's most dangerous podcast. The Kid Joke now in the building on this Easter Sunday. Black Hyphy here, Nelson's here, Sebastian's here, the podcast MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, fellas, how we feeling? How we doing? He will rise again as we do every day.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
Put the word out there that we back up once again. It's another week we back up.
Let the streets know.
Let the streets know what's
still
really
doing
good.
it.
Yada yada, still out here, still eating good, still looking good, still feeling good, still dropping dope shit. Hey, how we doing, fellas? What's
I
the
love
word?
it,
What's the
man.
vibe? How we
Shit,
doing?
I'm fucking great, bro.
Look good, Andre.
Yeah. I'm wearing my all white. After this, you can't wear white, right? Oh shit. My shit ain't even on.
Oh, that we.
That's
we
crazy.
Now
we're good.
Hey,
Hold on.
How you doing? Where's that?
What's
What?
up, Nelson?
Oh, my bad.
We can't press them at the same time.
Conflictions between the producer and the sound.
What do you want me to do? You want me to do the sound or not?
No.
Sometimes when I can't find it, I want you to,
I'm looking at you.
Yeah. I look to you, Alex. When I can't
I
find
look
it,
to you to lead me as a man.
bro. When I'm switching the situations, when I'm doing this, I need you to find the sound effect that we need. But no, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
It's a Easter Sunday, but it's Saturday because we're
We're gonna drop
pre-recording
this on Easter Sunday.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We will rise again and then again.
And again.
And again. That's right. So I thought I told you that we won't stop. Said.
All right, Joe. All right. That was crazy. Joe said it's not live, so we can do whatever we want.
You know, we're cooking now. We cooking some shit. Got that shit on me.
It's some shit on me.
Everybody back
is
Get some shit on me. Drop a bomb real quick. R.I.P. Draco the Ruler. But actually, it's fitting that we're talking a little bit of West Coast shit because we got a new album this weekend that he's not from the West Coast, but goddamn it, he might as well be from the West Coast after this point, y'all. Wiz Khalifa's back, Mr. Kush Orange Juice 2, the second one, 15 years later. Drop a bomb, Andre. Alex, whoever wants to do the honors. God damn it, 'cause we are here for some legendary shit, man. He's returning with a sequel. Now, before we get into the album, I want to ask y'all, what was y'all initial thoughts when you first heard Wiz Khalifa was doing a Kush and OJ sequel?
I'm not gonna lie, I was excited.
You were?
Despite all the talk of him being like falling off or some of them kind of cringy verses that we heard, I still be excited for new Wiz music because that's my dog.
Yeah.
Fuck with Wiz.
What about you, Andre?
I didn't hear nothing about it, honestly. I'm sorry. I'm out of the loop, so I don't want.
You heard not even the freestyles that were going viral for him?
No, I didn't. The most I saw was him working with Blackboy Max in the run up
Oh,
to,
the most
to all
recent.
this.
Yeah, when he was doing those live streams.
Yeah, so
which was pretty cool of him.
Yeah, and I fuck with Wiz. That's no slight. That's no diss. I just haven't. It hasn't reached my algorithm. But I'm excited from what you've been playing. It's been very good.
Yeah, so like when I first heard it, I was a little skeptical because I am skeptical when artists do sequels to their best albums or quote unquote their best albums in discography because that always kind of feels like a play, especially when you haven't been popping as much as you used to be. That makes me a little more skeptical because it might just be like a quick little like, hey, well, you remember that project you guys left from me? Here's a sequel. And I'm always worried that the sequel's not going to live up to the expectations of the first one, especially if it's been some time and it kind of feels like you haven't been hot for a minute.
Just feels kind of lazy to me.
Yeah, I'd rather you just give me a new body of work than try to recreate this magic that you had with this album that you did some years ago.
Because it's like, name one song off of Rolling Papers 2.
Well, I can't.
Exactly.
I can't.
Was it that? No, that was the Khalifa album. I was like, wasn't that Bake Sale song with Travis Scott on there? But that was the Khalifa album.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
What the
it
fuck?
might have been.
What the? No, it was the Khalifa album.
Okay.
With that one with his back turned and he had the tattoo on it.
Rolling Papers 2, I got you one. It's the song with Sway Lee. My nightmare on and on and... Hold on. Fuck. Where's my phone? Daylight or something like that.
What's it called? I could look it up real quick.
I think it's called Daylight. It's with Wiz Khalifa and
Sway Lee. Let's see.
Let us see.
This is all Rolling Papers 2?
I'm pretty sure.
I ain't even seeing that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
that's not even on here. That's not even a song, Andre.
So
What are
Wiz
you
Khalifa doesn't
doing?
have a
That,
song
shit,
with
that is
Sway
actually
Lee?
kind of crazy that a Rolling Papers 2 did come out, and I just couldn't tell you a single thing about it.
Yeah, bro. I'm not
Where's my
even.
phone
Okay,
at?
wait, no, I do remember this.
no,
Oh, wait,
no,
wait, wait.
no,
No,
no.
it's 2018. I do remember this album now. Did it have Gin and Drugs on here? Yeah, Gin and Drugs with Problem. I remember that song.
Wait. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it was this album cover.
I definitely didn't listen to this one.
Yeah, I didn't play
either.
this one either. Not on no funny shit. I just really didn't listen to it.
Hold on, look.
But
So y'all found
Hopeless
the
Romantic.
y'all found the Sway Lee song,
It's
right?
called Hopeless Romantic.
Yeah, Hopeless Romantic. My night goes in the morning. That's how it goes, man.
Yeah,
That's how
see,
the
like
song goes.
this era, because I want to say maybe what was it, Black Hollywood when he did not work hard. He had
That was a Black and Yellow.
what was the
the ass song. Goddamn.
yeah
Goddamn.
I need you to know the ass in your pants.
Yeah.
that was
Ass Drop.
Yeah,
Ass
Ass
Drop.
Drop.
That was Black Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was the last album Wiz had where he was really just on the mainstream attention and was
Yeah.
getting that look every time he dropped music. And so like for that time period between that and now was just kind of like he's always been around. Like
Yeah.
Wiz is still doing his thing. And the good thing about Wiz is that he never had to change who he was as an artist because he was always a lifestyle rapper. People like hearing him talk about himself, what he does, and what he does on the day-to-days and how he lives.
I have a
And-
question about Wiz though.
What's up?
About him compared to his contemporaries.
Okay.
Would you say that Big Sean is a contemporary of Wiz Khalifa?
Oh, of course.
Of that era?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because they were actually in the same class
Okay.
of the XXL freshmen.
Do you think that Big Sean is pissed the fuck off that his One Man Can Change the World song didn't hit like When I See You Again?
Well, I think
I don't think he's pissed off about it.
That
But
was
like that
still
should have been his.
that
You
was
know what I'm
still
saying?
a great song. I think one Man Can Change the World is one of those impactful Big Sean songs that he does have in his catalog to show you his depth as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And he has some great performances on it. I saw a great performance he did on BET when that song came out. That was really, really dope. So I don't think he's jealous of Wiz Khalifa's success of See You Again. They do have similar energy, but I don't think for what Big Sean was striving for, it wasn't meant to be like a smash single. It was pushed as a single, but it was like towards the end of the album's run.
Yeah.
But it wasn't supposed to be the single like See You Again was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just
Plus
it-
the moment behind See You Again too with Paul Walker passing away before the movie came out.
Yeah.
It added more weight to it.
Everybody was using that shit as a graduation song that year, and I was like,
That's-
"This is about a dead nigga in a car." You know what I'm saying?
y'all was playing that at y'all graduation.
They definitely used that at our graduation, bro. I was like,
Man, y'all
"What
should
the fuck?"
just play
is
the
this?
fucking Green Day song. Like, let's not make it weird with See You Again. Like that's a song you play when someone dies.
What are y'all doing here? What are y'all?
What's the message we send in the future?
Damn, who knew? They played that at graduation, bro. That year, though, the 2015.
That's I would have been so confused in that gym. Like, why are y'all playing this song?
It's in the church at the Church of Resurrection too.
That's
Like, it was
even
at a church
crazier.
with his cousin in the
Hey,
church.
that's a fire double entendre though.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
That's a bar if I ever heard one.
Oh, and it's Easter. Okay. all right.
Rise again, motherfuckers!
Hey, man.
Drop a bomb for Jesus.
No, I got a bomb for you.
That's Joe Cornish.
Thank you.
No, but back to Wiz.
Yeah, so like Wiz, he's always been somebody that even in that downtime period that he had where he was putting out music, but it wasn't as popping on the mainstream level like he was used to. He never had to change because his fan base is so loyal to him and what he does that he can just remain him and people will still support that the way they have up to this point. Because like I think that comes back to the longevity. Like a lot of those blog era rappers really had to dive in and build up their fan bases from the ground up by going outside and being touchable to them.
Yeah.
And giving them that experience of seeing them live and in person, getting to meet them and being personal with them. And I think stuff like that is why people like Wiz Khalifa can still have a long, successful, and highly profitable career at this point in the stage in their careers.
Wasn't he a pioneer with vlogs too? Like,
Yes.
he was super big into vlogs.
I love the day-to-days. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I kind of found out about Wiz. Like, the homies was talking about it and planning because them niggas was being bad kids, smoking weed and shit.
Reefer.
Yeah, and
Devil's Grass.
I started watching them shits. That made me want to be a stoner. That definitely made smoking weed look cool.
Because
Yeah.
I think with us, especially when we were growing up in hip hop, there was rappers that were known for smoking weed, but there was also like they also had like the gangster side too.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
weed was also often associated with gangster rappers.
Yeah.
But you had Method Man and Redman who were a little bit more lighthearted and comedic with their music sometimes and their personalities. So that was like the other side of weed smoking. But they also had some mainstream success that showed you like that stoners can be fun people too. But
Yeah.
I think Wiz Khalifa just really took that and just blew it up. because he had access to the internet too, so he could show more of his personality on them vlogs. So people could see his day to day where he smokes weed and he goes to do cool shit, and it made it look cool. It made it look the experience of smoking weed seemed fun. It made life seem more enjoyable.
I mean, he seems like a wonderful person to kick it with. He got one of the most like recognizable laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he really did just have like a cool life. That nigga was just running around in
He's
his
like 19,
501,
20 years old in Pittsburgh, just being the man. And like he's not even. You can see him blowing up, like getting more popular with each vlog. Like his music's getting more popular, he's getting more notoriety. So you just see him like level up in real time through them vlogs.
When do y'all think Wiz like started to take off? Like, was it crazy?
I'd say I think Kush and OJ is definitely the obvious answer for when he really just took off and just was out of the stratosphere after that. But I think Deal or No Deal is really the point where it really started to bubble for him.
God damn.
I also remember This Plane.
This Plane, that's the one that's on Deal or No Deal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're in the same thought.
Yeah.
Back in the the Pandora days, I remember those songs.
I thought you were gonna say Pandemic for a
no,
second.
Pandemic. No, the Pandora days in the computer lab.
Yeah.
I remember I used to minimize Wiz Khalifa radio and play it like real low.
Real low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what is this? Hey, shh, don't worry about it.
Gatekeeping the Wiz Khalifa.
No, definitely gatekeeping the Wiz Khalifa. Do you guys think that even him breaking stereotypes with him being tatted like helped into
even
his
that whole
aesthetic-
situation.
his aesthetic? Because like, we see people like Travis Barker. That's a young guy who tatted head to toe and kind of seemed like had a hard edge. Wiz, or not Wiz, but Lil Wayne. He had hella tattoos and was seen as or perceived as a no good. He had like an edge to him.
Yeah.
So do you think that kind of helps his brand and like people relate to him? Like.
Yeah,
in that
and
tatted lifestyle.
Another thing, especially for the timing of Wiz Khalifa's trajectory and like when he came onto the scene, like him at that time being tatted up, we were starting to get to a point in pop culture where tattoos, ink culture, was becoming prevalent on TV and like A&E. We were seeing like tattoo parlors get TV shows and shit. You're seeing crazy designs. And so with Wiz Khalifa and his personality up to that point, he was just a fun, laid back guy who's also smokes weed and has hella tattoos. And like that's
and
like young. So he's probably like 20 tatted up already, crazy all over his body. So especially being young and like his younger fans being close to him in age, like that's something that they thought was cool because like I want to get tattoos. Like we're at that age in life where we're about to get older, we can get our own tattoos when we want to.
Decisions.
Yeah, so like it just looked cool to us. So it's like everything happened perfectly for Wiz as a personality because like in pop culture we were heading that direction anyway. So he was just like the ultimate catapult to represent all of that.
Yeah, I definitely think he kind of destigmatized people that smoke weed and have tattoos. Like he was just cool folks, man. Like,
so what? We get drunk.
Yeah,
come on.
We smoke because he was kind of like being pushed as the Snoop Dogg of our generation with his terms of his content, what he talks about.
Yeah,
minus the gangster shit, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like he talk more player shit than gangster shit.
Yeah,
there's a slight difference,
And even it's just like lifestyle shit. Like,
yeah.
I ain't gonna chase her. She gonna come around type shit.
I don't love him. I don't chase him. I duck him.
Smoke some. Go
Bro,
to a new state.
What would y'all say since we're like breaking down the timeline of things? Like, broke on the scene with This Plane / what was it? Deal or No Deal?
And I would also say How Fly with Currency, the collab project they did in 2009.
Okay, when would you say Black and Yellow's like the first like mainstream stratosphere takeoff moment?
I would say maybe because I think Black and Yellow was first. Yeah, that was definitely the moment.
Because I remember what was that one song that he had?
He had Roll Up.
Yeah,
I roll up,
bro. That song
up.
was like
that was definitely a
that
summer
made me
banger.
hate that
It
nigga,
was.
bro.
Huh?
Or
That made me hate that nigga, bro. All
That
the
was
girls
that
singing
shit
and
everywhere.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
it was definitely the radio hit. Like you can
And your
definitely
man
tell.
ain't acting right. Like, bro, shut the fuck up.
that was the day party vibes, but on
This is
my
roller
level,
party,
On my level though.
That's the one
my
that
level.
I
On my
got
level.
tired of. It was like, all right,
bro.
every time I'm out, every function, like
I'm on my
it's
level.
guaranteed gonna come on.
yeah.
Too Short's verse on that.
That's why I fucked your lady.
I like it up until where is it? We pull up, we smash niggas. I'm like, what?
What you mean? Pause.
Hey, what do you mean by that soundbite? Hit that, Andre.
Where is it? Fuck,
Ah.
bro. It's over. It's right there.
What do you mean by that?
By the time it was too late, you're like, what do you mean by that, Andre? What do you mean by
Jokes
that drop?
gone.
Yeah, the joke's over. Actually, one of my favorite songs from that Rolling Papers was The Race.
I love The Race.
I feel like that's really a good coming of age song.
And Cameras is great.
Cameras was good.
Yeah. But The Race is, I'm in a race to in the winner's
chase.
place. 1 foot on, no disrespect when niggas that call me. Bro, come on, man.
Yeah, that was one of the moments. So, like, that album was a good representation of you're seeing the trajectory of blog era artists become a mainstream artist in real time.
Yes.
And so I think Rolling Papers did a good job of that. But going into Kush and OJ, that was the one that really made
In the timeline of things, where did that come out?
So that came out before Rolling Papers, after Deal and No Deal, and How Fly with Currency.
Okay.
So this was about 2012 because we're
What? You talking about Kush and OJ?
Yeah.
It was
I thought-
2010.
2010, yeah, 2010,
2010 because Rolling Papers was 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think we just passed the 15th anniversary of Kush and OJ.
Oh, wow.
So it seemed like now was like I said, everything was Khalifa's perfect timing.
Yes.
Right. And so it felt like now was the perfect time for him to do a sequel to Kush and OJ, because when I watched the interview he did where he was talking about how, it was easy for him to go back to Kush and OJ and that sound because that's what his fans always tell him that they love from him. Like, we love that Kush and OJ sound. Like, we love you in those pockets when you rapping like that or you talk about this. So he was like, it was nothing for me to go back into that space. And I think that's really cool for Wiz, because listening to him talk when it comes to making music, you could tell he definitely takes what his fans want from him into consideration of what he does.
Man of the people. For
Yeah,
sure.
like, he's not somebody's like, I do what I want to do and the fans need to keep up with it, or if they not with it, they listen to my old shit. He's just like, nah, this is what they want from me. I'll give it to them because they've been so loyal to me throughout the years. Like, it's nothing for me to go back to that pocket. And man, he really did. Like, he really went back into that Kush and OJ sound, and it sounded like he just never left in that space. Like, it's like the perfect fit, because he was rapping like he was 15 years ago. His flows sound energized, his pockets sound energized. He's rapping with a lot of energy. He seems motivated. He seems happy to be in the space, because Kush and OJ too is like a celebration of life for him.
Yeah.
And him just celebrating the fact that he made it 15 years later, and this is where he's at in life.
He didn't really have to play into the stoner shit too much, because one, like we've been saying, that's already what he be on. It's cool to hear him just talk about his kids and just how he's been evolving in life and where he at, maintaining his peace and shit, bro.
And
killing.
he hasn't changed at all. He's still talking about all like the same shit he was talking about on the first Kush and OJ, but now it's just more leveled up. The talk's gotten more leveled up.
I mean, the life leveled up.
Leveled up, like he's got 2 kids now. He just had a daughter. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the game for 15 years now, running it up. And this is just him celebrating the moment. And he really just, not only did he dive into that Kush and OJ sound lyrically and with his flow and his voice, but also sonically with the production. And the thing that's different between this Kush and OJ and the first one is how heavily inspired it is by California. Like, Wiz has been living in LA probably for 15 years now, and I think it's been one of the best things that happened to him as an artist, because you can hear that West Coast lifestyle that he's been living for the last 15 years on this album. And it sounds so natural. It doesn't sound like he's trying to bite their swag and their flow because that's the hot sound. That's just what he's into now. Yeah. That's what he lives.
I mean, it's what he's around. Like, Jason Martin had a lot of production on the project.
A lot. Hey, man, go ahead.
One time, shout out Jason Martin. He low-key the MVP of the West. Like, he been touching everything. He been killing this shit.
Give him a round of applause, Andre, real quick.
One time.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like you said, the pop out, he's been one of the best.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, we good. But yeah, like, Jason Martin's been one of the best MVPs of the West Coast since last year, when the West Coast really got that momentum in terms of like musically and just hands-on production. He's been A&R'ing a lot. He A&R'd this album. I believe he had a lot of production credits on it. Him and Wiz are really tight. He just A&R'd Lefty Gunplay's album, which I think dropped this weekend as well.
Oh, word?
So he been working with Lefty Gunplay like really closely since last year. So he been helping him. He been working with DJ Quick. Like, he's just been like, I'll do whatever it is you need me to do for anybody over here on the West Coast. I got you.
I got it.
He really stepping up and playing that role. And this was an album where he had another hand in it, and it's an amazing body of work again. So he on a run. And looking at the production credits, man, it's really just all West Coast producers outside of Sledgeman for the most part. You got Cardo, who has a West Coast sound. You got DJ Fresh on there. Juicy J's got some production credits, of course. Who else was on that motherfucker? Mike and Keys.
Yeah.
Mike
G,
Keys,
the beats.
Mike G, the beats. It's a great album, man.
Mike G, like...
Nah, not that Mike G. It's a different Mike G.
Yeah. DJ Quick's on the album. Like, listen, man, Kush and OJ too is really some shit, man. Wiz Khalifa did an amazing job with this album, and I was actually blown away by how much I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did.
So would you say you had kind of lower expectations for this sequel?
Yeah, I would say I had lower expectations mainly because I haven't really had too many expectations for Wiz Khalifa in a while. So not that I don't expect him to do good stuff, it's just what I'm expecting, it's not very high right now.
Yeah.
So even though I went into this with low expectations, I was still like blown away in a great way by what I was hearing because it's better. It's way better than what I was expecting, but also way better than what I was expecting too.
I mean, it is so polished. It is a really fluid album, and that I don't want to say that surprised me because I always feel like Wiz had that in his bag, but it's less commercial. Yeah. I feel like that's when I kind of stopped following Wiz is when, like, around the Black Hollywood Project. Yeah, and that's when I started to feel like I don't know. I just wasn't gravitating towards that sound.
Yeah, it's like it was definitely a commercial play that he was using, which I'm not mad at. Get your money when you can, because especially if you're at that level and at the level he was at when "See You Again" dropped. It's like, okay, do what you got to do to get your bag, but after a while, you could tell he went back to his core audience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the core ever left him. I think what helps him sell is like the party kind of vibes. Yeah, like. A lot of white folks like to just be out kicking it and be in the sun. So, yeah.
And this album having that Cali energy on it, it's perfect for that. It's perfect for a party vibe. It's cool because it's a party vibe, but he's not trying to push it as a commercial vibe.
I mean, it's a gangster party.
It is real.
It's definitely a smoker's party. Like, we going to be running it tomorrow.
Yeah. It's 420.
Today.
Yeah.
To y'all, folks.
Like, let's see. What would you say your favorites right now?
Man,
and Cardo, I think having Cardo on the first 5 songs, I think Cardo produced every song on the first 5, I believe. Let me verify this real quick. I got a screenshot of what he's done.
Shit, while you're looking at that, I'll just pick 3 of my favorites.
Okay, so he did the first 5 songs except track 4. Later, Sebastian. And I
Sebastian's out of the building. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah, the podcast MVP once again signing off.
2-time MVP.
Running it up on us. So Cardo produced the first 5 tracks except for track 4. And I think having him start the album off was a great tone setter for people that love the first one.
I mean, we gotta hear Cardo if we gonna hear some weird shit.
Yeah, especially Kush and OJ.
Yeah, like it's mandatory. I'll pick 3 real quick. I like Top Down, Pimps and Hustlers with the little Tyler verse. I was fucking with that. I fuck with What's Happening.
What's Happening?
Yeah, that shit fire. And then Take Your Time, Get Paid, featuring DJ Quick. Them my 3 that I'm really fucking with right now. Just like, oh, that was 4.
But that's cool though.
That's the 4.
It's a banging album, man. It's a banging album. So
I got like 6 that I'm fucking with.
That Kush and OJ 2 intro was amazing. That was a great way to start the album, man. Great way to start the album. I'll say Top Down's one of my favorites for sure. What's Happening? One of my favorites. Jet Taylor, Currency, Terrace Martin. Forgot to mention Terrace Martin on this album, man. Golly, boy, came through with the saxophone, blew that shit down. Hey, I love just hearing that song because it's, hey, yo, relax. But I love hearing Currency and Wiz on this song together because it really is, like I said, this album's a celebration of them making it. And those are 2 artists that did their own thing, did it their own way, remain good friends, remain homies at it, and thrived in their own ways, in big ways too. Like Currency's living just as good Wiz, if not, it's equal.
We need more of that in the culture for sure. Yeah. Not like some of these podcasters out here that's
out here beefing,
out here funky with each other.
Never were friends.
You know what I'm saying? We get into that later.
We're actual friends in this motherfucker.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I would say I like the Max B interlude. That was a big look. That's a nice look for Wiz to get that Max B and that Max B interlude. My Influence with Juicy J was a great song. And I like Khalifa's Home because I think after the super duper high outro, the last few songs are just bonus tracks. So Khalifa's Home for a bonus track is actually really dope. It has a cool 3-6 Mafia sample in it that I like a lot. It's cool hearing Wiz Khalifa. And then I would say the only song I wasn't really feeling is the 5-star with Gunna. But that's mostly because I didn't like Gunna's hook like that. But anything on this album or any element on this album that I'm not really high up on right now, it's not because of Wiz. Wiz is the best part of this project, hands down. Like every time Wiz raps on this project, it sounds amazing. He sounds energized, he sounds rejuvenated, and it sounds like the old Wiz we know and love from Kush and OJ 1. So this is a perfect album to me for Wiz Khalifa's standpoint. And honestly, it didn't take many listens for me to realize this is definitely a better album than the first one to me.
100%. I agree with you there. And it is nice that Wiz is still the focal point on this, because it's a lot of big names on here that could easily
Steal the show.
Yeah, but they don't. Everything kind of coincides. It fits the vibe. It makes sense.
It seemed like everybody came into this project that was going to be a feature and knew what the goal was.
Yeah, I wonder what it was like for them recording this session. Like, did they just have everybody in the stew smoking, or how did they do that? I would love to know.
Yeah. So, man, salute to Wiz Khalifa, man, for making a big comeback 15 years later after your first initial breakthrough project with Kush and OJ. Kush and OJ too. I'm very critical when it comes to sequels of hip hop, but you let it be known you can do it, man. So salute to you for making it happen for Kush and OJ too, especially with a project that has such a big legacy in hip hop in the blog era for its time, and for you to be able to do a sequel 15 years later when the game is in a completely different place and deliver a high quality project that will satisfy not only new fans but those who remember the first one. Can't do nothing but salute you, man. So salute to Wiz Khalifa, man, for holding it down. Kush and OJ too. What a good weekend, man. What a good weekend.
We got blessed this weekend, especially with Wiz and the Lord. You know,
he will rise again.
He is back.
Just like Wiz Khalifa, the Lord will rise again. Ain't that right, Andre? Huh?
Definitely.
He's back. Andre been moving around, y'all. Y'all can't see, but Andre been moving like crazy. Sebastian had to leave. Andre had to move over here. It's been a lot happening with Andre, but he back.
And every time we switch the camera to Alex, it's like out of focus. I'm thinking my cameras are racist because why the fuck is 1A7
crazy.
focusing on Joe perfectly clean right there?
Look at that. Boom.
But I fixed it. Alex got it right. Look at that.
Hey!
I do my best when I can.
Me? All right. So we talked about the new music. We got some other news in the hip hop world. Where do y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with the anniversary of what today is, or y'all want to go to the Rap Radar beef?
Let's start with the anniversary.
Yeah, okay.
What today is?
So fun fact: today is the year anniversary of when Drake dropped the infamous Tailor Made freestyle.
Oh no, I thought that's push-ups, right? That's the.
But is it push-ups?
It's push-ups.
Let's see. I just saw a tweet today that said
Tailor Made was over the week.
Tailor Made was because push-ups came first.
No.
Ooh,
Let's confirm.
let's confirm real quick. It's one of these.
Look, push-ups.
Oh, it's today?
I saved it.
Okay, 1 year ago today. What's the date?
It
On the bottom of that tweet.
was yesterday.
Okay, so Tailor Made's today.
Is Tailor Made? It was one day after.
Yeah. Because
Oh,
remember,
wow.
yeah,
That shit was moving crazy, bro.
yeah, bro.
But I felt like they were doing that drop like the dancing mall meme. Remember he was dancing to it? I feel like that was a week in between.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, it says-
Because he was
I'll be
like, we
moving
still
crazy.
waited.
From a Drake fan page itself.
Wow.
But
Wow.
yeah, because I remember when he dropped push-ups, then he dropped Tailor Made the next day. I'm like, damn, he really back to back.
It's on his ass.
Yeah, pause. What do you mean by
Resume.
that? What do you mean by that?
We know what happened.
But yeah, okay. Let's just take it to where. What was your initial thoughts when you heard Tailor Made with the AI, Tupac, and Snoop Dogg features?
I thought that shit was weak as fuck. I thought that shit was lame, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. I just didn't feel the weight of it. Like, this beef has been brewing and building up for years, and then this is what you decide to do. This is what you think is gonna like really chink bro in the armor is these fake verses.
8 Mile raps.
These 8
8
Mile
Mile
verses.
raps.
like 8 Mile ass raps. I think that the Tailor Made also just did a good job of showing us that Drake wasn't taking this moment seriously. He wasn't taking this battle seriously because I just don't know in any time in hip hop history or in a rap battle at all where using AI like that is a good idea, especially considering like who you're talking about and who you're AIing. Like you're AIing Tupac,
Yeah,
who
the
is-
legends.
And Snoop Dogg.
and Snoop Dogg, who's still alive, mind you, who was
Yeah.
still alive, very much alive and well. So like if he wanted to do that, you could have just asked him to do that, and he obviously would have said no. So
Or would he?
or would he? Who knows? Snoop would do anything for a check these days.
He went smokeless, remember?
Oh yeah, right. Oh, yeah, he did go smokeless.
That's crazy.
I'm smokeless.
Yeah, but yeah, when I heard this song, I was really disgusted because I just did not like him using Tupac like that. Like
That was crazy,
Like to
though.
me, like there's some shit got to be sacred, right?
Yeah.
Some legacy's got to be sacred. And I get it. Everybody's gonna have their critiques and opinions of Tupac as a person, as an artist, or whatever it may be. But like, you just can't mock his legacy like that. I feel like that was a mockery of what he did with Tupac's voice and his legacy at that point, because you're using his legacy against a guy in a rap battle who was very influenced, very inspired by Tupac as an artist, who's from the West Coast, which Pac was heralded from. And it's just like, you just try to take that moment and make it into like a joke because you're going against Kendrick Lamar.
He poked the bear for sure.
Yeah.
That's like, what is you on, gang?
I think it was more disrespectful to the whole West Coast as a whole.
Yeah.
It's because not only like you keep just like brushing over Snoop. Having Snoop Dogg's voice on that motherfucker is a big deal, bro. So I feel like that's why he had to do the pop out. That's why he had to get the West Coast Avengers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we had to get it together and show you that we're not about to play with our legends and our GOATs, because granted, one could be bought, but the other one is still preserved in time and should be as so.
And people know what he stood for when he was here. So we know.
And what the West Coast meant to him.
Yeah, like he would never.
He died for it.
Yeah, like he would never go against the West Coast for some Canadian.
He
that
literally
would never
died
happen.
for it. And thinking about hip hop in that era is like having a Canadian in hip hop as prevalent as he is would, like,
Pop
he
fuck
stand
with
for
him?
that. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Hell
like
no, he would have crashed out.
literally, I think it would have been more so like the DMX was like, I don't like anything about Drake.
Yeah.
I don't like his name. I don't like his.
I don't like his voice. I don't like his singing, like he talk.
It's like, but why'd you clear that sample?
Well, you know, I need to check.
You know, I need.
Hey, once he hit him for that sample, he was like, you know, Drake, all right. Drake, all right. I ain't
All right,
no
you
problem
got
with
it.
Drake.
I like Fire and Desire. Any Drake hater will say that that's their favorite song.
Fire and Desire. It's
Literally.
one of those ones, man.
It's like, when it's rainy outside.
Throw it on there, you know, catch a vibe real quick. But yeah, I think Taylor Made was the moment where I think that was also a moment in the culture where people realized, oh, you don't really respect this.
You don't respect hip hop.
Yeah, you don't respect this culture. You don't respect West Coast culture because you know what Tupac means to us and our legacy and our culture as a region.
Yeah.
And then just like what he means to hip hop. And I think if you know what Tupac means to hip hop, you would never do something like that.
Yeah.
Just because you're going to get somebody who also like Tupac.
Yeah.
And so it just seemed like real culture vulture-ish to do something like that and make a mockery of Tupac's legacy for that moment.
To use it in that way. Like,
Yeah.
you could use AI, and he has used the voice of, you know, former, you know, rappers here, or what I'm trying to say, what was his name? From UGK.
Pimp C?
Pimp C. I don't fuck with nobody in the shit but Bun. The nigga literally
From
said-
Faithful?
Yeah.
No, that was just a lost verse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you used another nigga's voice.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've used it tastefully.
Yeah.
So to use it in a beef to go against another nigga, it's like, bro,
And then
use
on top
your
of-
own tools.
And then
bro.
on top of that, you AI Tupac's voice to say you're a pedophile? That's what you wanted to use with that?
Go on, nephew.
Remember House of Blues? I had my shirt off. Kendrick, we need you. I remember somebody said, you know, I bet all them shits that Drake said in the diss in the beef didn't even bother Kendrick, but the Tupac shit was probably what really put him over the edge. Like,
I mean,
all right.
yeah, because
And Whitney talking about his wife and his
Well, he
kids.
knew he was gonna lie about it based on what he was saying in songs prior to Meet the Grams. Like
Yeah.
he knew that Drake was gonna make that play.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was tripping about it too much. That was just more like, hey, I'm warning you, you don't want to go that route.
the Tupac is different because we understand what Tupac means to Kendrick and how, like, that's Kendrick's idol. That
Yeah.
nigga
Yeah.
is like been trying to emulate him and pass him from time. So like, you think this nigga not gonna spit fire at you?
Yeah.
You think this nigga's not gonna respond
They
by
really
trying
thought
to
he was about
destroy
go
your
passive,
ass?
bro. I remember just that, like, 3-week span because we had C-Dot on.
Yeah.
We had, like, it was some time.
People were
from-
really questioning if Kendrick could win this battle.
Yeah.
Because like in one of them clips that we got loaded up, Punch talked about that, or they was like, yeah, people were saying Kendrick wasn't battle testing. Like, what the fuck did they come up with that?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like after seeing Drake's like previous bouts with Meek and then with Pusha T, like that, you really want to fuck with Kendrick? Because Pusha T is like, that's a maniac.
Yeah.
That's a crazy man. too.
Megalomaniac.
Yeah, and he spazzed. He went crazy.
He said, we'll peel back the layers. He put out one song, and they were like, all right, yeah, we're good on the layers. Like, keep the layers on. Stop peeling the layers.
But I felt like because of the, you know, different levels of stardom between those two artists, Pusha T and Drake specifically. People really didn't take Pusha T seriously, in my opinion. Like, if you're not a hip hop head, you wouldn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go with Drake regardless. Oh, he said he got a kid. Was it true? Oh, we don't care about that anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, for Pusha T, it was more of an uphill battle for him to
Because
win.
that blackface shit should have been damning. That should have
should've
been the
been.
end of it.
Yeah. That's
If we're being real.
That's some of the craziest cover art ever.
And it's like, imagine if that was the cover art for Kendrick shit.
Yo.
It would have been over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the legacy of people. Like, we gotta, cement it.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
Because that is, that cover art, that was some crazy shit. I don't understand. Because, like, if you think about it, like 2-3 weeks before that cover art dropped, he dropped the Daytona album art.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would this man put up a cover art of Whitney Houston's bathroom after she died that was filled with drugs? You think that man gives a fuck about you? Like, you think he gives a fuck about a Drake if he did that to Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But that was a lot of courting with Ye, and we
Yeah.
gotta be not flashy, but controversial, and only 7 songs. Let's keep it short. So,
There's some extra shit.
there's some extra
Yeah.
shit. And you know how
Kanye did it last minute too. He was like, "No, we need this for the album cover."
exactly. And then the whole whoopity scoop, the lift yourself. That was all that
Whoopty
time.
scoop. Yeah.
So-
that was a crazy time.
That was supposed to be a Drake beat, right?
yeah.
Yes, Drake was writing to it, and then the whole Pusha T shit comes out, so he had to drop the whoopity scoop.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
That was one of the more like bizarre days in hip hop.
Did y'all ever feel like the Pusha T Drake beef would lead to like some violence?
No,
No, not
because
on
I
Pusha
didn't
T's
think
end.
that Pusha T was, like I said, in the limelight enough.
Yeah.
This Kendrick shit, there was violence. Rick Ross got slapped in the head
No,
in
y'all don't-
Vancouver.
Hey, hold on.
Rick Ross got slapped?
Yes.
By some white supremacists from Canada.
Oh, God.
There was some violence during the Pusha T and Drake shit. If you guys remember when Pusha T had the show in Canada, somebody stormed the stage and his people jumped on him and they stabbed him and he was in the hospital.
Oh my God.
You remember that?
No.
Wait.
He's like, y'all throw beer up here? Y'all, what y'all do over here? Y'all throw beer? Come to my show, throw beer on me? Nah, fuck that.
Wait, who got stabbed?
The guy that
jumped on stage?
that tried to attack Pusha T on stage.
my
Like he
God.
tried to jump on stage because this is when he was in Canada. He was doing the Daytona tour in Canada.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to bum rush the stage and get Pusha T, and Pusha T's people got on him immediately and like stabbed him.
Dude, there was a
he had
problem
to go to the hospital.
in 2018 where niggas just thought that they can go up on stage. Remember
X got
X got rushed,
Yeah, he
got
got
knocked
rocked,
out
yeah.
cold.
And you know what's funny about that story? You know what the context behind that is? You know you know why that guy did that?
No.
That guy, because it was in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
That guy clocked X on behalf of Rob Stone. You remember?
Yeah,
Rob, you remember Rob
yes.
Stone? Rob Stone, 2 damn phones.
I think so.
Remember, it
I
was
think
like-
I remember
it
that
was
beat.
Chill Bill, I think it was called.
I remember him being involved. I don't remember none of his.
I don't remember
music,
the beef. I was on the radio, so that's why I remember it. But
That was just crazy, bro.
he clocked the shit out of that guy.
though. Hey, what's up with niggas security though? Just like, how is bro getting even this close? To
Yeah.
and,
Nigga
and,
ran
like,
up and square knocked him out.
Look,
a
bro,
forearm.
it ain't no place where a nigga is gonna run 10 yards or more
To me.
to anybody that I know, like that's on stage. I'm gonna trip you or something, bro. Like,
Bro, he got behind the curtains, ran on.
Fucking
hell no.
What was I gonna say? Just sticking with that, just for one more second, I have a question. As an audience member, if the act that you're going to see gets knocked the fuck out, do you ask for your money back? Like, what do you do?
I feel like I kind of deserve a refund. Maybe like half the refund. Like, because you didn't finish the show, though. Like, I came for a full show. These tickets weren't cheap.
Man,
I feel like I deserve half a refund. If you didn't
Y'all-
finish the set,
y'all
if you got
wild.
knocked the fuck out at the end of the set, maybe I could let you keep the bed.
nigga got a concussion halfway through
It definitely
the set.
depend on like where we at in the show. Like first song, like no show. Yeah.
Bro, first song?
Yeah. Like we
Bro, first song and he's late? Come on.
yeah. Hey,
It's a little
run
Uzi shot.
Run that bread. Run that
Bro, that's
bread.
why he got punched. He was late.
Oh, that's crazy. It's just some deranged fan.
Nigga,
Like,
it's 12 a.m.
y'all keep doing this. Every show. The nigga late or don't show. I'm tired of it.
Nah, so y'all remember that Lil Uzi show at Uptown? I think it was around XO Tour Life, right? Or like around that time. He had a show. He was hella late to the show. Then he shows up finally after being like an hour and a half late or whatever. And like he does one song. After that one song, he goes, "Oh shit, they fighting in the crowd." And then all of a sudden, everybody looks in the crowd. There was a big ass fight happening. Security breaks it up, and they're like, "All right, show's canceled." That was it. That was it.
Show's canceled.
Hey,
You niggas can't have anything.
that's wild.
Can't give you niggas nothing.
Right, bro. He was late. One song, people
Because
started
niggas
fighting.
mad. Niggas mad in the crowd because you late, and now you gotta leave because niggas mad. Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
that shit's
refunds.
fucked up.
There's no refunds either.
refunds.
No refunds. Nobody eating beat. No
refunds.
champagne.
I do kind of get it in this like day and age though.
Yeah.
Like certain shit, if we can't squabble it out. Like niggas not gonna fight and be back at peace with niggas. Somebody gonna go to their car. Like
No.
you know, I get that.
You can't fight at a concert.
That
There's no
escalation.
resetting it.
There's not, because then the energies. You have to.
You have to remove those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have to get it right before it gets too out of hand.
Yes.
Like if they're just shoving, that's
Yeah.
when you could break it up and
Yeah.
still maintain the show. But if they start all out squabbling, because all it takes for two people to start fighting for everybody else to start fighting.
Literally.
Because one
For
person
no reason. They
one
just want to
person-
fight because
Yeah.
half the niggas fucked up anyway. You know, like they already own one. So
Niggas definitely be at shows like
Giving a little
elbowing you and
extra,
shit.
like,
I'm like, all right,
trying to give you a little extra.
Yeah, I'm like, calm down, bro. This is-
Bro,
we at the Daniel Caesar concert.
it's
Like,
Frank
nigga, like,
Ocean, bro.
yeah, like,
You gonna
not
punch
even
him in
no
the back of the head?
for what?
The pink and white.
Who hurt you?
White Ferrari? Grapes? Oranges?
Nah.
All right, no. Going back to Drake.
Yeah.
Right. So we did mention the lift yourself beat, situation. Did you guys know that allegedly the same situation happened with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef?
Oh, with was it the hit?
Luther. Luther was
Luther.
supposed to be a song between Drake and Playboi Carti, allegedly.
That's hilarious.
And that's straight from the mouth of your man's Academics.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. So allegedly, Academics came out and said, not allegedly, he said this, but the claim is alleged.
Yeah.
That Luther was originally a song between Drake, Playboi Carti that we're never gonna hear.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we know it's Luther is because Academics pulled up the sample. He couldn't think of it. So the first words, "If this world were mine," and that's what ended up
That's
being
funny.
Luther.
It's like Playboi Carti had that with Drake, like the Luther shit, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want
Yeah.
that," and then he just made backdoor.
Yeah. No, and gave it to he gave Luther to Kendrick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because that's not
Cardi
even.
alley-oop that.
Yes.
Shout out Cardi.
Literally, Cardi, yo,
Yeah.
drop a
And
bomb.
assist.
Drop a bomb. That's fire. What a fun fact we just
He
got
he
there.
alley-ooped, allegedly, he alley-ooped Luther to Kendrick and SZA.
That's
nice.
why Kendrick was like, "Look, I got three
got
tracks
you.
for you.
I got 4 for
Actually,
you.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Four?
all those songs were Cardi songs.
Yeah.
Because there's been versions that have been leaking on the internet of like Mojo Jojo and what was the other one that he did? Good Credit without Kendrick Lamar's vocals
Yeah.
on it. So I think those are already Cardi songs.
Yeah.
We just got the He got the Kendrick verses.
Yeah, Kendrick just did the.
He said, "Let me turn up for you one time."
I can't imagine if I send a nigga a package, right? And he gives it to another nigga, I'm never working with you again.
Nah, he definitely gonna work with Cardi again if Cardi's down for it.
Drake?
Yeah.
That nigga not doubling
Listen,
back
No,
to Cardi.
you
Nah,
can't
he-
double back, bro.
No, because
You can't double back when that song became a smash hit.
I
like
think
that.
at this point, Drake wouldn't need the Cardi feature.
How do you feel, Alex? Do you think
Cardi's the biggest artist in the world right now?
I do agree that Cardi is having magnificent success in the youths behind him. I don't think Drake needs the Cardi feature though, because like even after him having the shit with Pusha T and being outed with the blackface, the situation with Kendrick, people are still like banging for Drake. And at the end of the day, like everybody don't stand on them same principles or have that same integrity for this shit. And people are still streaming Drake shit. Like he's still able to eat despite all that's happening.
Nokia banged off last night. Niggas was
kicking it.
Yeah.
So
Hey, but live your life, have a good time. But don't be on no weirdo shit. Don't be condoning no weirdo shit. And I think that's like where the beef and what Drake stands for and what Kendrick stands for is like more it's deeper to me.
Yeah.
It's like it says something about you as a person.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna hold that to y'all heart.
But some people don't give a fuck about rap.
Exactly, and that's cool. It's not even in their realm. But
Yeah.
when we talking about some serious shit, some real shit, like family, or when you disgracing the dead, like
It's got
Shit, all that shit matters. And
Literally.
do.
Do you guys think that? Do you think the outlook on Drake would be as bad as it is post beef if he never does a song like Taylor Made? Do you think if he just did Push Ups, Family Matters, and then The Heart Part 6, Taylor Made never happened? Do you think we have as a disgusted reaction to Drake's performance in that beef? Because I think Taylor Made was just like a really bad stain. Because people fucked with Push Ups, but then Taylor Made dropped, and that was the first mixed reaction.
it definitely was like the worst out of the. Wait, how many he put out? Three songs?
4.
4 songs?
Or actually 5 with the Buried Alive interlude that he did on Instagram. So he had push-ups. He had push-ups, Taylor Made.
That's when I knew he wasn't taking it seriously.
Buried Alive interlude, and then he dropped Family Matters, and then that's when the Heart 6 came out Sunday.
Yeah, I think
The part 6 is the one that fucks his whole shit up.
Yeah, hey, it was
For
good,
me.
this was good exercise, you know.
Man.
I'm glad we got the pin out.
Glad to get the pen working. Shut the fuck up, bro. Go pick up your son and your
Hold
daughter.
him, yeah, bitch ass motherfucker.
yeah, that shit.
All right, but speaking of,
Anytime I say something, Alex don't say shit, I know it's a banger.
yeah,
I know it's funny.
actually, so speaking of the Drake and Kendrick's things, of course, one of the biggest questions that came from the beef is people that haven't been really keeping up or just trying to figure out where did this whole beef start? Like, when did this whole problem between Drake and Kendrick really start? And Punch was on a platform with Curtis King, who's one of the more famous independent hip hop media heads. DIY is what he calls himself.
Yes.
But he scored a big interview with Punch. And during this interview, he talked about, when exactly did this problem between Drake and Kendrick start? And Punch said, well, to me personally, from the moment I feel like it started was with the verse.
Control.
The control verse.
The control verse. 'Cause he
Everyone
said-
knew the assignment, didn't he say?
Yep, he said, we seen Pusha. Like, Pusha tweeted out, when that verse came out, Pusha tweeted, hey, Kendrick Lamar, I hear you loud and clear.
Yep.
We saw Meek at the club. Meek pulled up on Kendrick. Hey, good shit. I got to get you back, though.
Yeah.
Cole, same shit. Like, everybody.
Wait. No,
Even
he
Mac
did,
Miller
He
in
did
that.
say the Cole shit kind of escalated into the Diddy scuffle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if Cole
Well, like, no,
necessarily
I think that was more so regarding because Puff was pressing Kendrick on the shit.
okay.
And then Cole was defending, kind of stepping between.
So okay, yeah. So he was standing on the integrity of
Of
rap
hip-hop.
and what
Yeah.
and what this meant,
Diddy was pressed about it.
Okay.
And then he tried to press
because he
Kendrick.
said he was the king of New York.
Yeah. And he didn't like, a lot of New York rappers didn't like that.
Hey, look, Joey Badass still
up.
talking about it.
Stand up, Joey. fight, Joey. Fight back.
Put down the
Goddamn.
baby oil and stand up.
But yeah, so I think he said Mac Miller was like, hey, good shit. That shit was tight. Like,
Even Tyler, nobody didn't fuck with it.
yeah, everyone
Except
understood
for
what
one
it was
person.
because everybody understood, like, in hip hop, this is just a declaration of a call of war to be like, I'm the best rapper.
Yeah.
It's sparring.
Yes.
It's sparring.
And when they saw that Drake took it a certain way that wasn't hip hop, and they're like, oh, is there a problem? I guess
Yeah.
there's a problem now. And
Yeah.
then you saw like starting to see the petty back and forths of between the two parties up until last year when it finally came to a head.
Didn't he add a few songs to Nothing Was the Same because of that record?
I think he did.
Because what was it?
What did he add to? Nothing was the same.
I
Wait,
think it's,
because was nothing was saying was already out before Control, right?
I think it's the same year. It's just definitely the same year.
2013.
Yeah, because All Me dropped, and that's when Big Sean was promoting Hall of Fame.
Control
Yes.
came out. Yep, 2013.
2013. What's the
Nothing Was the Same came out in 14, didn't it?
No, it's 13.
It was like December, November 13.
Yeah, I think it was later in the year for sure. I'm
Yeah, okay, it's
I'm
13.
pulling it up.
I
September
think,
24th.
Yep, September.
So Control probably came out the winter.
It came out in August.
I think Worst
Yeah,
Behavior.
so it's still hot outside.
Worst Behavior.
Worst is like, ain't that one of the earlier songs on there?
No, I'm talking about like
In
talking about
terms of-
including on the album.
Oh, just
Adding
like
it.
adding something there.
Yeah, I think Worst maybe was added. What is that one?
the
That's
language?
Tuscan Leather at the end where he's like, bench niggas talking like starters. I hate it.
Started from the bottom.
Look,
we
mama,
made it.
we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what is
You
it,
could
the
say
language?
nigga Andre.
The language
You could say nigga you're black.
I thought he says, look, mama, we made it.
Oh, I thought never mind.
started from the bottom. Now we made it. Tuscan leather smelling like a brick.
Okay, yeah.
Never mind.
Uh,
The language.
the language.
That
was a.
He was taking shots at Migos on that one.
But I thought language came out before that because that's also on Club Paradise mixtape.
Okay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the language.
Was it?
That's
Yes.
like that Club Paradise was like some leaks
Nah.
though, wasn't it?
Nah, Club Paradise, because it was like Lucy's. He put out Girls Like Beyonce before.
Yes.
The Motion.
Care Package. That's what it's called. Care Package had.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Oh,
Because
what
Care
is
Package
it?
is all Lucy's that he released during the
Yeah.
build-up.
Dude, hold on.
The language was
The
album.
Motion.
The Motion, yeah.
The Motion's on there.
But
and
the-
it's on
I'm talking
Nothing
about
Was
the
the
language.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, the language is like, who is the motor mouth? I'm the one you should worry about.
Yes. You're right.
That
yes.
one. Because he was taking shots at Migos, and I think also he responded to Control on that a little bit. I am the one with the motor mouth. I am the one you should worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you are right. He did
Yeah.
add some extra shit to throw a little jab at that.
Because he says it with he alludes to it. I basically mean in the interview with Angie Martinez, where he had to I'm
Address
not
it.
the one to play with.
Yes.
I can get there. I can go there. But did you?
Did you push the red? And that was another thing Punch talked about. He said that I think the biggest problem that Drake and his camp did during that battle was insinuate they had a red button.
Yeah.
Because then now you're putting this pressure, these expectations, this hype on this moment that you might think is a red button, but it might not be to the consumers.
Ayo Kai, stay on stream.
Then you want to sue the motherfucker for propaganda. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Crazy.
The fuck, man? But, yeah, because they said, the problem with Family Matters was the same problem I had for push-ups. It just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough.
Man, that's definitely how I was feeling throughout this whole beef. Is like I gave him a once through for the for the pod. They be playing that shit at the gym. Like I still hear push-ups
Family Matters?
or like I still be hearing push-ups and Family Matters and shit.
Bro, that video of Odell Beckham Jr. in the car dancing to it.
That's how Andre be in his car when he play that shit.
No, dude.
Almost reaching for my waist.
Bro, when he posted that shit, somebody retweeted was like, he already lost boyfriend.
Crazy.
Beef been over boyfriend.
Man, beef been over boyfriend. That's fucked up.
He's so dramatic. I don't know how to describe OBJ. Like even his movements are
exaggerated.
yeah, bro.
Very animated.
Hey, if y'all could have seen the move,
Just like Automite.
Bro, hold on,
Automite.
let me see if I can pull that shit up. Bro.
That video?
Yes. But keep talking, Joe.
But yeah.
Let me get the lighter.
But yeah, man, I thought it was just fascinating, man. Like we're officially at that point in time of the year where last year we was in the middle of the beef and Taylor Made just being the anniversary, man. I just thought that was a fascinating. I think over time that's gonna be a move that just ages like milk.
Oh yeah,
for Drake.
I mean,
because we're already a year into it now, and it's already aging like milk to me.
What about
that
push-ups?
shit been spoiled.
Push-ups? I could give push-ups the benefit of the doubt because it is a catchy song.
Yeah.
Now the raps are kind of whatever. They're kind of weak, not up to par for what the moment was calling for. But it's still a good song. Like, it's pretty catchy.
You can play it without any context and
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Family
get hyped
Matters,
to it.
really.
Turn up. Look at.
This is Andre in the car. This is how Andre gave it up when he in the whip playing Drake.
Wait.
Dude, I like Drake still.
Yeah,
You finally said it.
That Nokia does ring off. I ain't gonna front.
I don't. And funny enough, I don't even like that song.
Who calling my shit? Who calling that shit? Who calling?
Man,
Where is it? Can we
What's the
put-
sound?
okay.
Hands on your knees. That's what Andre be doing in the whip. When Savannah not in there, even if she is
No,
in there.
that's me pointing at Savannah. Talking about my nigga Dave. Thought I did a little K.
That's not the clap.
What do you say?
hey, look.
Hey, this how. Never mind, I ain't gonna say his name.
Everybody need a friend like Odell Beckham. Like,
No way.
Oh, look at the mic. Look
Bro,
at
hold
the.
Bro, this little. What is he hitting? Hold on, wait for
bar's
the
over.
smoke. The smoke. What the fuck is that?
it's a hookah.
It's a hookah.
It's a hookah. Yeah, pass me the. I don't know what he put in his pocket though just now.
No, that was the waist.
Oh.
I almost
Almost
had
had him reaching for his
my
waist.
Almost started reaching for my waist.
Bro, you see how he rolled his eyes?
He said,
man.
he
Get
said,
this
boy,
shit
you
up.
better stop.
Man,
Boy, you better stop.
man, that shit is frustrating still. Irritating, bro. Cause like,
It's like, bro, you a Super Bowl champion, bro. Act like it. You acting like a TikToker.
He's supposed to be the groupie.
You acting like Juju Smith-Schuster.
Man, get it together.
And I fuck with Juju,
He was the
man.
original Juju for real, for real.
He was.
OBJ.
Yeah.
he would be hitting this shit.
He was
Corvette.
He was getting his dances off, man.
He definitely can make your music look fire.
Yeah.
Like,
It didn't work.
It
look,
didn't work at that point.
In that case.
this is a special case. No one's got that kind of pull to where you could turn this around.
Drake
Like,
doesn't even have that pool.
Not even Michael Jackson. Like,
Well, maybe. I don't know. What if Michael Jackson came out and was like, I was never dead. It was just for me to get out of my contracts.
Yo, that'd be like,
I'm
bro,
free
Mike,
now.
there had to be another way. Mike, there had to be another way.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So you telling me you've been on social media this whole time?
no, that would be
Save
fucked
us?
up. That would be fucked up. And it's like, why come back now, bro?
The real Easter?
Hey, yo! The rise of the thriller.
The moonwalk has returned.
Yo!
Rise
Drop
of
a
the
bomb
pop.
for that. The moonwalk has returned.
Oh my God.
Really though, I fucking
Oh my gosh, right before the bomb dropped.
Nah. Okay. Do we need to play clips? Do I need to pull something up?
Yeah, you want to talk about the rap radar shit now? Since we on beef. I guess
Okay,
there's
let me
beef.
see what-
Let's
let me
get
see
to
All right,
what-
let's before we get
Is it
into
this
this,
one?
man. Let me ask Andre, as a producer of this podcast, and just you as being somebody who's been a part of podcasts for about what we going on 6 years now, 7 years,
7 years.
7 years now.
7 years, man.
Listen, what do y'all think about when you see these podcasts come together, make noise, build something up together, and then you find out they were never friends or they have a falling out? What's your initial reaction when you see moments like that? Because I feel like it happens a lot in the media field, especially on the mainstream level. Like we just saw Matt Hoffa, his whole podcast practically fell apart. He's doing other shit now.
It's kind of hard to tell without context, but just from the outside looking in, I definitely think it's a lot of ego involved in it, and we definitely are in a tension age to where everyone's got access, and like you could look like you doing some shit on social media, and you could make money off of that.
Yeah.
Like you could run them metrics up, and you could get crazy opportunities off of these things, and I think it's kind of weird. Cause like I can only speak for myself. If we very good about having conversations about, whatever. So if there was an issue, we would have a conversation first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get to amicable terms. Ooh, that was a big word. But
Yeah. You got through it. You got it. Yeah.
Hey, still we rise. Still we rise.
Like him. Like Mike.
Like
that man,
the moonwalker.
The moonwalk.
falling to wrap it up, falling outs happen, but when you start to see somebody else kind of like taking off a little more, or you see
Get a little more notoriety.
yeah, get a little more shine, that's where I start to question it a little bit. Like, and the other person or the people that was a part of the pod not necessarily like fucking up or like doing anything bad, that's definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
Somebody's stealing some money.
So, for example, let me ask you, what was your initial thoughts when the Joe Budden podcast fell apart?
I feel like it was like
Because we watched
a
that happen
boiling
in real
pot,
time.
like going over. Like it was always kind of spilling over, especially with Rory and Joe always at odds, basically saying like, who the fuck said we were friends, and we can
see
fight
what I
right
mean?
now, and it's like why are we talking like that?
Yeah, like y'all.
Why are we talking like
we were
that?
never
If we're-
friends. Like y'all lived together at certain points.
That mall.
Maul did. Okay.
Maul.
Well, I mean, but see, even that, because that kind of does bring up to the point we were about to speak about, which is Rap Radar podcast. Now, if you
Yes.
guys, for those that remember, in hip hop culture and hip hop media, there was a podcast called Rap Radar podcast that BDot and Elliott Wilson did together, and
Yes.
they did numerous interviews, very very classic interviews that came from that 2018 2019 run. They had an interview with Drake that they dropped, I believe, December 2019, Christmas Day.
yeah, where they're in the Drake's house and shit.
The black and white joint.
Yeah, which Elliott Wilson, quote unquote, calls the greatest hip hop interview ever. I don't stand by that because I have great interviews all out the internet. So like, I'm not really buying that. But it's a cool interview.
Joe, Corner Joe.
Jeremy Head knows what it is, man. Shout out to Jay Head. Stop hiding behind Jeremy Heck and DJ Head, Elliott. They can't save you in LA.
Bro.
But yeah, so essentially what happened, man, is like, you know, Elliott Wilson started doing his thing with Up Rocks and The Bigger Picture with DJ Head and Jeremy Heck. And a couple weeks ago, Joe Budden randomly said, you know what, man? I really want to know what happened between BDot and Elliott Wilson, because why don't we see y'all together no more? Like, y'all were damn near inseparable. Like, wherever we saw Elliott, we saw BDot, vice versa. Back in the day when they were doing Rap Radar. We haven't seen Rap Radar do anything together in a couple months.
Yep.
So Joe Budden was like, what the fuck really happened? I want to know. Elliott's hiding behind DJ Head and Jeremy Heck. BDot's hiding behind these lists. What's really going on?
BDot's hiding behind the list.
Yeah.
And we get a little love from that, like a little scraps.
Yeah.
Shout out B-Dot.
Shout out BDot. You know what I'm saying? He just liked our story today. We posted the clip about top 5 posse cuts that he inspired from his list. So,
Tapping in.
You know what I'm saying? BDot fuck with us. Shout out to him.
Yep.
But so BDot was actually on the Joe Budden podcast this past weekend.
Yes.
And talked about it and discussed it. You got the clips, Andre?
Is it this one right
Yes,
here?
this is the first one. This one
Okay.
right here is where he's going into details about what happened between them, their relationship, and just like why things are what they are now between the two of them.
How do we get here?
Give me a second. We're gonna add it to stage and go.
You know, bring it to the stage, Andre. Bring it to the big stage.
We're gonna go this way.
Ooh, hello.
Hold on.
Hey now.
Right here.
All right, there we go. That's all right. All right, bust it open, Andre. Pause.
Come on, man.
Really get back to work. So that's what happened, and then we just became free agents. Now, that was in May, and that was like the last time I talked to Elliott. Kind of had that, what the fuck, what the hell? Like, what the hell's going on? You know, and that was.
But you never demanded answers from him. Did you ever have the what the hell conversation with
That's
Elliott?
the last time I spoke to him. That's the last time I spoke was in.
That's the
May.
part that-
friends. We're not friends. I'm not. We're friendly. And I got love him, but we're not friends in the traditional sense. It's not like I'm hitting him up casually, like, hey, it's Saturday, let's go get a couple Budweisers.
Budweiser.
Like, that's not our relationship.
And never been.
No, it's never been. You know, Elliott's a cool guy. You know, working with him isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do, but I think that like the.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
When he said that, I like got super self-conscious. I'm like, damn, I wonder how I am to work with.
I mean, you got that. You don't be doing the shit Elliott Wilson was doing, because there was a point in time. If you remember when the Complex put out their top media personalities list or whatever,
Yeah, he was on everybody's ass. Like,
everybody's ass that was ranked higher than him.
what does Nadeska do? And Kyson that? What
Yeah, like he was
It's a
just,
very Drake reaction.
it was, and it didn't look good. And I was curious to know how BDot was reacting to these posts where he's calling out all these people in media, artists, and like not people that are smart, people that are his peers, like Angie Martinez and when like that he mentions, like you're calling out people that are your peers and that you've been in the game just as long as, you know. So I was always curious to know how BDot was reacting to all of that stuff that Elliott Wilson was getting caught up in. So hearing him talk about it is interesting.
It's been fun. We made history. You know, we did a lot of iconic shit. But, you know, I think the last year and a half has been exacerbated, you know, because of you, Joe Budden.
Oh yeah. No, now we here.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, we here now, nigga.
You are Yoko Ono. Oh, shit. Because when we had you on the show,
Yeah.
2023, I feel like you antagonized and you gassed him into leading into this antagonistic persona that we see right now that's kind of becoming a little bit unrecognizable.
I gotta take on that too.
I feel like
I got to take on that. You hear everybody? Look, play it real quick. Let me hear everybody's reaction when he says that.
run it back a little bit.
to you right now that's kind of becoming a little bit unrecognizable. And I feel like
Bro, they be moaning like a motherfucker.
I
on
saw
this
It's like,
shit.
listen,
the effects
he
of
said
that
it was Joe's
shortly
fault that
after.
he's the
Unrecognizable personality that we see today in Elliott Wilson, and everyone was like, that's interesting, because I feel like Joe, people, if you would pay attention to hip hop media, I feel like you could tell Joe has a lot of influence over the hip hop media, especially the bigger mainstream ones.
Yes.
And how they move, because Joe is the standard for like what we do in the field when it comes to like this kind of media, right?
Yes.
And so the bigger Joe got, the more standards he started to say in terms like this is what you got to do to level up. So like once Joe Budden started doing the pull-ups and he's getting this access to artists that you don't normally get these interviews out, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now Joe Budden's like raising the media, because not only is he a great podcaster and building a great media platform with his podcast, but now he's doing interviews.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, now there became this media war, right, between like him, Noriega, and Elliott Wilson and Rap Radar, where they were trying to figure out who can get the bigger interview, right? So Joe Budden starts doing interviews. Like, okay, Elliott Wilson and Rap Radar got to step it up. Once they got the Drake interview.
Charlemagne's in there too.
Charlemagne too.
Charlemagne's
was getting
in there,
pull-ups
too.
He got the Kanye interview.
Got
back
the
in
Kanye
day.
interview. He also did the Big Sean.
The Big Sean.
Who else?
Who else did he talk to?
I don't know.
I can't remember either, but those two I do remember for sure.
Yeah.
I do remember like when the Drake Rap Radar interview dropped, I think Joe Budden said Elliott Wilson texted him. He was like, "Yeah, I got something for your ass. Just wait." And then that was a surprise. And he was like, "Ooh, Elliott Wilson got the Drake interview. That motherfucker." And then Noriega was having the same shit. Then when Nori got the Kanye interview, he texted Joe Budden the picture. He was like, "Yeah, I got your ass." And he was like, "Damn, Nori got the Kanye interview." And like it was cool because you're seeing artists of big stature get these interviews that you don't normally see them do, right? With people you don't see them normally talk to. But then it got to the point, I think once the second Nori Kanye interview hit, people were like, all right, bro, what the fuck is going on now? Like, now you just doing it for the clout and the numbers.
The journalistic integrity started to die.
Exactly.
Because now everybody is just doing it for clout.
And now you see, I think Shannon Sharp also helped magnify that even more. Because after the Cat Williams interview, you saw any integrity he had for that show just went out the fucking window. Because now he's talking to Amber Rose for whatever reason. Or like now Andrew Schultz is on Drink Champs. What the fuck does Andrew Schultz have to do with hip hop?
What's going on?
Why
Nori?
is Andrew Schultz on hip hop? Like now we're in this disgusting point of everybody will talk to anybody as long as they'll get them views. It doesn't matter who they are, what they stand for, or what they said, or what they've done. As long as you can give me views, you can come on the platform.
Yo, what's up with y'all?
And Joe is really good at just making people, especially in the mainstream hip-hop media space, act out of character because they see his success. They know, like, okay, well, if you're giving me this advice, it has to be correct because you really good at what you do.
It's almost like everybody thought that was like the only format or the winning format. I guess. And to a degree it is. And like
Joe Budden is almost like the Skip Bayless of like hip-hop because we're taking this not antagonistic approach, but more poke the bear approach in terms of journalism that is kind of bled over into everything. Because with Skip, he did the whole rattle off hot takes and we're going to go back and forth and yell at each other until it's uncomfortable and cut to commercial, right?
Yeah.
And that's all ESPN is now. That is all. I don't know the specific shows, but you know, like First Take and Stephen A.
Yeah, it's just hot takes and
those
debates.
Yeah, those stars rose from those fiery debates that have kind of like died out almost.
Thank goodness,
in this
nowhere.
type of landscape where you know things are kind of reshifting. So I'm curious how this approach will either sustain or die off within hip hop.
Well, I think it's definitely dying off because people are just getting fed up with this bullshit. And
you think?
Like, I mean, I hope so. I'm getting fed up with bullshit. Maybe that's me, but like
I think bullshit will always last.
It is. It's definitely gonna be.
It's how it's presented
at all times. But you know, there is a little that is like funny and that is natural. You know how Joe Budden is funny and entertaining.
Yeah.
But he also does a great job at getting a good interview though.
Yeah.
At a certain point, like the Nori shit,
he can turn it off.
Yeah, he can turn off the ego shit or the funny shit. Like, but the Nori interview with Ye is like they ended up taking it down, right?
Yeah. The second one.
Yeah, because it's like
he talking crazy.
Yeah, it don't make sense. Like this isn't a good interview as much as you have a moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get to say you had 2 Kanye interviews.
Yeah.
And like Joe Budden can't say that. Elliott Wilson can't say that.
I fucking hate that shit. It's the same as like the music, like how niggas are gonna just rap about the same bullshit or rap about some shit that they don't be on, and they can present it well, make it look cool, but you have no integrity. Like you don't care about hip hop or the art that you making. Like niggas don't care about journalism no more.
They don't. And Joe Budden will tell you, I'm not a journalist. And he'll straight. And I think that's just sometimes to me a cheap code to just kind of just deny all responsibility, whatever comes from this interview.
Yeah.
Because you're not holding yourself to. It's like, well, I'm not a journalist, so why would you look to me to have that kind of integrity? Like, well, you're conducting yourself like a journalist, so I expect you to have some integrity in the field if you're going to be operating from that position. That's what naturally, if you're an interviewer and you're being an interviewer like that, you're a journalist.
Yeah.
Did you look up questions to talk about? You're a journalist. Did you verify if these questions you're about to ask are true? You're a journalist. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a cheap way to just kind of duck all responsibilities for what you might say or allow to be said on your platform.
Yeah.
And so like it's a slippery slope.
Let's get back to the clip because we stretched out this 1 minute clip to about 9.
Because Elliott slighted Drake, he slighted SZA, who else was it? It was like Nicki Minaj. That was recently. It was Sway, Angie Martinez, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? And I feel like you your influence encouraged him to lean into this.
The villain.
Yeah,
You inspired him.
Yeah. It kind of taints the work that we've done. You know what I mean? Overshadows it. You know what I'm saying? Because the messages that I get in the streets, they don't say, the Elliott Wilson nigga. They say the rap radar niggas is whack. From the rappers and the managers and, you know, like...
What's up with your mans?
Yeah, a lot of those. You know that scene in Casino when Nicki's talking to Sam?
Y'all know that scene?
I've had these conversations with Elliott. I pulled him to the side, but you know,
people are having conversations about it.
He was like, so that's the scene he's referencing in Casino is the scene where Robert De Niro's character and Joe Pesci's character meet in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
And just like after Joe Pesci's character got into some shit.
He's
been
in shit.
Yeah, and Robert De Niro had to pull him to the side. Bro, you're getting a lot of heat on us. The people from the town in New York
back home
are telling us to calm down.
Which is rumored to be Kansas City.
Yeah.
Which is rumored
It was Kansas City wasn't Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City Diner
how we looking
was
over here?
featured in Casino.
No,
or
they can see.
What do
Look,
I see?
they can see you.
Okay,
You're watching
bet.
the clip.
Bet.
You can check yours.
Okay. Oh. Nice. What a flex. What a flex. But
You just not speaking.
I said no more. no, I never blocked Elliott. I don't even follow Elliott, man.
Wait, you
never
don't
followed
follow
him.
never
Elliott?
followed him. That's
You
a
never follow him?
Nah. I mean,
Nah.
Hey, why does BDot follow Joe Budden and I'm not Mr. Wilson?
And not Mr. Rap or not
Mr. Rap Radar?
not Mr. Bigger Picture.
Yeah. So what did y'all think about hearing that breakdown from BDot about just where him and Elliott like currently always stood apparently, and just how it played out for Rap Radar?
I mean, it sucks because Rap Radar is one of the like pods or kind of interview deals that I fucked with, and I thought did great interviews. Like I respected Elliott Wilson a lot, so it was sad to see that he was kind of treating BDot like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like seeing how magic works. Like you never want to see or hear like
Yeah,
how
Behind the
a
curtain, how
magician
it
does
gets
his
down.
tricks. So to hear that they didn't even follow each other, they didn't even fuck with each other from the
Like-
jump, it's kind of crazy.
It is because y'all they packaged Rap Radar as it was a team, right?
Yeah.
These two, right? And so you're thinking, well, if you guys are doing this close to each other, like business wise, and like y'all are being packaged as a team, as a duo of media personalities, it seemed like y'all were friends. And
You think you enjoy each other.
I think they go back to XXL days. I think Elliott might have worked with him at XXL, and that's why he got on with Rap Radar and what Elliott was doing after that. But I could be wrong as well. But I want to say they go back because I was always curious to know what's BDot history, and I think he did work with XXL during that time too.
Okay, wow.
Which is even crazier because if y'all worked together that long and were never like friends, that's just weird to me. Like,
That just shows the power of hip hop, bro. The love of hip hop for these two guys that are on polar, from how they describe their relationship or how BDot describes it, is polar opposite sides of where they're at, where they're standing, and the music always being in the forefront and being the most important. I think that is what we could take away, like as a positive. Like hip hop is that pure and powerful that even these niggas don't fuck with each other that much. It's still there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it was probably easier for them to, bite the bullet, or I don't know how bad it was for them to work with each other.
Yeah, when you got a deal, no.
Yeah, but if everyone is caring about the music or the main thing, then it's easy to kind of put your differences aside and get the work done.
I agree.
So they were still trying to maintain the integrity of hip hop at this point.
Yeah. And I think they were a great platform for that, and I think they do hold a space in hip hop that is much needed, or is like now has a void in it. This is because they brought that integrity to the media field of hip hop, where they allowed artists to come on there and just talk about them and their music and their careers and like their stories.
Yeah.
In a way that's like you got to have them listen to them have an intimate conversation with artists.
The intelligent uncles.
Yeah. And I think
on your mama's side.
And I said something about this on Twitter regarding the Lil Wayne Rolling Stone editorial piece that Andre G did. That was really well. I was like, I think articles like that are super important to music, hip hop, and just the discourse around music in general.
Is that the most recent one that just came out?
Yeah.
Okay, we could please put a pin in that because I want to talk about how much of a liar that nigga is.
All right, yeah, bet.
Okay.
But I love that article and that editorial piece because it really just did a great job of taking you into Wayne's world and just seeing another side of Wayne that we don't see on the day-to-day.
Yeah.
Or just even have insight of him as a person, because we don't get to see Wayne on intimate moments like this, right? And so I think it's important to have those intimate moments so you can really just dive into the world of an artist and how they live as a consumer for that brief moment. I think Rap Radar did a great job at those, of making it feel like you could just dive into this artist world and get a better understanding of who they are and what they do and why they do what they do.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we love those platforms. And that's also why we do what we do, is because we want to give deeper insight to the people that are doing cool shit.
Yeah, and share our perspective. Because we matter, we're important.
Yeah, but it's not just all about us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, if I'm talking to Hove, it's not about me. But it's fucking Hove, though. Like, Hove, we're interviewing Hove. It's about him.
Did you see that Yadda Yadda album I put out? Nah.
Did you hear that 5 Deep sample we used of yours?
Great. Nah.
Yeah. No, you got to hear it.
I should have took the 500K. No.
man. Hey, I'm taking the money for sure.
I'm definitely taking the money. Fuck you niggas. I don't want to meet none of you niggas.
I'll tell Hove after I was like, I took 500K instead of meeting you.
Yeah.
But I got to meet you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
That 500K got me right here.
Yeah, I gambled on myself, Hove. But
I got the other clip pulled up.
Do
you want to get into it, or did you have something else?
Did you have something to finish?
Nah, I didn't have
All right, so we got one more clip regarding the topic of Rap Radar, BDot, and Elliott Wilson, because at one point Joe Budden calls Elliott Wilson to kind of
fucking hilarious
to get his little reaction about why things played out the way they did.
And here it is.
You let the company come between fucking you and BDot, you piece of shit.
Yo,
You let the company. You ain't even spoke to BDot since May, you piece of shit. Are you crazy, Elliott? And you rode off to the sunset in LA with Jeremy Head and DJ Head? You got a fucking uprock still? Are you crazy, Elliott?
Listen, the Joe Budden Network Rap Radar podcast. Let's do it. What's up with that? You
You
and
gonna-
Charlamagne are funny. You know, you and Charlamagne are funny because y'all got all these critiques and shit. Meanwhile, you're in a position of power. So brothers. And,
Oh, shit.
It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk.
Now we talking.
Now we talking. Put your money. Yes, you have networks. You have power and position to launch other podcasts, offer your colleagues a podcast you have great respect for a deal. The open market saying they don't want Rap Radar podcasts. I think that's
Hold on,
fucking
pause that
wrong.
real quick. I want to talk about that. He said the market said that there was no desire or want for a Rap Radar podcast. Do y'all feel like we need a Rap Radar podcast in 2025? Does it hold space in 2025? Does it make sense to have Rap Radar in 2025?
I mean, are we talking about like the OG Rap Radar?
Yeah, we're talking about BDot, Elliott Wilson.
I mean, not at this point. Like we don't need it. I'd rather
Now that we know.
that we know what's going on, like they could do just as fine on their own. I
Hey,
think.
BDot, if you need a co-host, holla at me. Holla at me.
We'll ship him out
This
to
nigga
you.
trying to leave the Yadda Yadda.
So
Then
we'll
what?
ship him out to you. First class.
We'll send him over there.
Come on, BDot. Hey, let's get to New York. Bring Joe Cornell to New York, BDot. Let's make the movement happen.
Come on.
What you looking at, Andre?
I'm just gonna let that ride a little bit.
That hurt, Andre. So then you get with your man and put your work boots on. So then you get with your man and put your work boots on.
I get a job, nigga. That's right. I need a job. Niggas get jobs.
No, it's been
tremendous
all right.
entrepreneurial success like yourself. It's still a job. So yeah, I get a job in California. I try to build Up Rocks up. I create a new show. I try to reinvent myself, and that's what the fuck I'm on. What you want me to do? If we can pick up where
That
we
is
left
fair.
off in 1 minute.
Are you interested in
right
doing that?
Situation, right? Yes, of course.
Well, part of doing that is calling your manager and spoke to him 11 months
Let's
since the deal was canceled that you
No,
ruined.
BDot said he's open to anything. If there's a deal on the table, we would go right back to work.
But why does it have to be a deal on the table to
Because
speak?
we ain't doing that shit for free.
Because he needs.
I'm talking about checking on the well-being of somebody you worked with for a decade. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm always digging up his content, the unlisted shit. So now you're the monitor.
Shit, nigga. I feel you now.
Now you're like the monitor of male friendship and shit. You're the guy. You're the fucking guy.
Well, no. Actually, I'm the nigga that says fucking born alone, die alone. But since you want to be out there with a show looking like friends, let's fucking act like friends.
I think we're more business partners than friends. He's always said that. Like, we're more,
No, he said, don't worry, you said it again today. You said it again today, buddy.
Is that Mel laughing in the back?
Everybody.
I hate all you niggas. Wait, so y'all talk to this nigga, and as soon as the nigga leave, we're like, we're gonna bang on Elliott?
No, he's here. No, he's right here. No, shout out to BDot.
All right, Elliott.
No, we ain't talking about your back. Say I'm not saying
I
that.
fired the agency after that too, as I told BDot. BDot knows. I feel like they dropped the ball, so I took responsibility for that.
Rap Radar shits were expensive to shoot.
That wasn't just no shit.
I heard that.
Nigga, do they both got Zoom? I don't want to hear this shit they fucking talking about. Do like Shannon and fucking Homeboy with the split night. Y'all hell you know we be mad up in here.
Last time I was in New York, I partied with Ice. I was in New York for fucking 2 days, right? Shout out to Ice.
I'm gonna hang up on this nigga in 2 seconds.
Elliott, I don't give a fuck about you party with Ice.
That has nothing to do with this. That's the
If you can party with Ice, then you can hit.
I'm not in New York. I'm not in New York.
Like, that make it worse to me.
All right.
Saying that.
All right, we can pause it there. He's gonna call.
wait, he calling back.
Yo, that accountability.
Yeah, that was crazy.
BDot, what'd you think about that?
I feel you now, BDot. That's great. Gotta ask some shit.
So listen, hey, this nigga. Yo, I agree with him now.
I answer. Yeah.
Hello?
Yo, at least say goodbye, nigga. Don't say
Where the fuck is the form at?
One of your fucking outros or some shit. One,
I don't want to
Yes, I
hear
can.
shit from you
Yes, I
because
can.
when y'all niggas call me, y'all, this apply to everybody out there now that's done it. Call me to come do your show and I show up. Let me know that if the show ends, you will never speak to your co-host again. I feel like I should know that before I make the decision to come up there.
That's fair.
Unless they did this show 3 fucking times, they hate each other.
I don't know. Here's the plan. Me and BDot will have a meeting, get back on the same page, and then we'll have a meeting with you, Joe. How about that? All right,
Don't get mad on me, man. It's over.
It's
Don't talk shit. Don't talk
All right, BDot. You stay over there. You stay over there with
I dare you,
hacking them
nigga.
niggas.
I dare you, nigga.
What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do?
I dare
What
you,
y'all
nigga.
gonna do? Y'all
dare
ain't gonna
you,
do
nigga.
shit but get fried up, the 3 of y'all. BDot come to the dark side. We gonna get rid of some of this journalistic integrity shit, nigga. We sending shots.
I just want to say I love the Joe Budden podcast. That's all I got to say.
We love you too, bro. Love you too. All right, say bye to BDot.
Bye, BDot.
Bye, Mr. Wilson.
That's disgusting. You can feel the
Look at that. It's like two friends. We want to be friends again.
No, that's like when the teacher tell you, hey, apologize.
Apologize in front of everybody.
Your
Say bye to your
dad
cousin.
or uncle make you hug your cousin. Y'all been
Y'all
fighting all
fighting,
day.
yeah. Hug your cousin, man. But yeah, so can Rap Radar? Do you guys at this moment? Do you think they could have a conversation to bring it back? Do you think it would even be worth it for both of them at this point to just come back, even after that kind of interaction they just had together?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think they need it? Do you think BDot needs Rap Radar right now?
Nah, I think he just needs a brand, like a rebrand. He can do a great interview himself. He could put out some good content.
I think he has been doing interviews too. I want to say he's been doing some interviews here and there.
He also has been with Angie Martinez as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I saw he was. I don't know if he's on her show, but I've seen he was on her show.
Yep.
A couple times.
What do y'all
Or
think?
no, he was on Angela Yee's show as well.
Angela Yee's.
Lip
Yeah,
service.
pardon me.
I like BDot. I just don't know too much about BDot. You know, so I'm just
No, The Way Up.
the way.
That's what it's called, the show. The lip service is the podcast.
Oh, okay, the radio.
I think
show's
it's The Way Up. Because
Okay.
it's before The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's right after. Pardon me. It's right after. Because
Okay.
Breakfast Club is the earliest syndicated show like on their channel. But yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I like BDot. I think BDot. There's definitely space in the media field for BDot to make a name, rebrand, and just present himself how he wants to present himself as a solo media personality. Now, if he decides to do it solo, if he wants to team up with somebody else in media, he's in New York. There's plenty of people in New York and hip hop media that live out there. Rob Martman's out there, Wayno's out there. Like, if he really want to link up with somebody in New York, he could find somebody.
Wayno's not in New York.
Where's he at?
Wayno's in Atlanta.
Word?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's
Actually, no, I
lived
think
there
he
for
has
about a
talked,
year.
I think he has talked about that in his videos. But yeah, but there's plenty of people in hip hop media out in New York that BDot can link up with and probably do some dope shit if he wants to do that. I just don't know like where he wants to do. It's really up to him. But I think BDot can definitely bring some shit to the space that if Elliott Wilson can, BDot definitely can because they were both doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He just needs the right co-host or the right person to link with and just make some dope shit.
100%.
Because he's got the resources, he's got the connections, he can do whatever he wants to do. I feel like it's really just his decision to decide what direction he want to go in.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a beautiful thing for him. You know, you can look at it as an opportunity to spread your wings a little bit and
Brand
get your
yourself.
due. Yeah,
Brand yourself
So-
as BDot. Be the guy that you always wanted to be, but you couldn't because you were hiding under the Rap Radar umbrella, or you were under the Rap Radar, not hiding. You were under the Rap Radar umbrella, and there was a certain level of integrity or a certain level of code and morality you had to move with as a journalist because they were the journalists of the hip hop media field.
Yeah.
So it's like now that you don't have to have that umbrella over, you could probably just branch out and show your personality a little bit more. Maybe say some shit that you always wanted to say and get off your chest about some certain rappers or people in media, whatever it is you feel. You could do that now. You ain't got to hide under the journalistic integrity no more. You can still maintain that, but you can show more your personality for sure.
Talk your shit.
Yeah, pop that shit, BDot. Come on, man. I hate when motherfuckers want to pop shit, but then they sound awkward when they do it. Come on, BDot. Really put some umph into that, man. Talk your shit, BDot.
Put your chest into it,
You
nigga.
earned it, BDot. Come on, man.
We do have 2 more clips. Do we want to run through them?
What's the clips? Actually, no, 'cause
no,
we
we don't
already
need
talked
to.
about those clips.
Okay.
Those are the ones we talked about where Curtis King interviewed Punch from TDE, and he was talking about Control and the red button.
All right.
But yeah, I think that's everything, fellas. How we feeling? We good? We good?
I'm good.
I feel great.
Yeah, Easter Sunday. We will rise again because we will be back again next Sunday.
Live
though. This is a special edition we had to do on a Saturday that we're dropping on a Sunday to let you know we will rise again next Sunday.
And show you the dedication because we haven't missed a Sunday. Nigga. The only Sunday we've missed, Joe, is Super Bowl Sunday, and we should have pre-recorded it.
Now that we know, though, we're playing ahead now.
And for this Super Bowl, we gonna record on Saturday.
Yeah.
That way we could be all hands on deck.
Oh, and real quick, while we here, before we wrap up, I just want to take this last few seconds and let y'all know, April 28th, Denzel Curry, Kenny Mason gonna be live at the Uptown, and we trying to get an interview with Denzel Curry and Kenny Mason. 4542.
Make it happen.
I'll interview 4542, man. I fuck with his movement. I love the fact that he's really into skateboarding and he incorporates that into his music. So I would love to talk to him, shoot the shit, shoot the yada yada. So hey y'all, please, man, when we post this clip, please tag Denzel Curry, tag Kenny Mason, let them know you want to see them interviewed by the Yadda Yadda podcast in Kansas City when they come to the Uptown Theater for the Kings of the Mischievous South tour, man. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna be there regardless, though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn up with the guys regardless.
It's a must.
You know what I'm saying? We
It's
might.
Mando.
You know what I'm saying? We them in the town, so we're gonna pull up. We're gonna turn up. We love the album, as Denzel Curry knows, so it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna be in the building regardless. But hey, we want that interview, Denzel. Kenny 454, holla at us, man. With the best podcast in Kansas City. You know what it is, y'all.
Best
Until next
podcast in
time.
the Midwest.
In the Midwest. Drop a bomb one time before we get out of here, Andre. Let them know what it is.
Come on.
Where's it at?
It's right there.
We out, y'all.
Before,
Y'all gotta
wait. Before we get out of here, Joe, not only did you not say what episode number this is, but you also did not announce the MVP of the pod.
Oh my fucking God. How could we forget the MVP of the podcast?
All right.
Come on, bro.
This episode, what is this episode? 121?
122.
122. One higher than I guess. Look at that. We running it up in this motherfucker. Episode 122 of the Yadda Yadda podcast. And of course, we got to give a big shout out to our podcast MVP, which I think it's unanimous decision, ain't it?
Yeah.
Get it again
Pretty
3
easy.
times in a row.
3 times.
The big 3, Sebastian.
We love you.
We love you guys.
We love you all. Real quick.